I love this road. It's basically just a normal bit of road in Wales, but runs alongside a beautiful river. It's very pretty, it's very quiet. It's lovely going the other way because it's a nice gentle descent, so it's quite fast. I'm about to do a climb called Maes-y-Delyn. It's not one I've done much in my life. I've never had a very good effort. Look at that river. Also, it stinks of garlic today. It's wild garlic season. Beautiful. Nice woods. Nice river. Yeah, Maes-y-Delyn. It's not one I've done much of. It's about a 7-minute effort for me. Pretty steep. That's all I know about it. I don't know how far it is. Don't know the average grade. I've got the cameras on for once. Let's see how we get on. I'm not at the hill yet. Stopped for a nature break and I just thought this is beautiful, so I've gone a little bit off the beaten track down to the river. It's so cool here. I love this sort of thing, and I feel like I should do more appreciating of Wales off the roads as well while I'm here. Only issue is negotiating these cragged rocks in cleats. Not easy. It really is lovely though. Right, I better get up that hill. We're once again looking predominantly at rear view footage with the front camera in the top right. So as you come up through this town, Cfiliog, just outside Ruthin, it's near what I would call Clocainog Forest, near what's it called? The Highlands outside of Denbigh, Mynydd Hiraethog. And you can just go a normal way slowly up into the forest from here, which is lovely, nice little town, or you can take this incredibly steep turn, which I did to do Maes-y-Delyn. I've been saying it wrong in the on-bike footage, and it gets steep really quick, as you can see. My strategy for riding stuff like this recently has just been go really hard and don't let myself sit up. I know a lot of people talk about, oh, we'll do a negative split and put more power down in the second half. It just doesn't really work for me. I am much better at going hard and not giving myself an out. As you pass this Armco on the left, it's really lovely. You see, you've climbed an awful lot very quickly, and it gives you this nice little expanse over a valley. And it's cool. It's really quite an impressive view. There's absolutely no way I was stopping in order to turn my camera to show you guys. Not while I was still doing 400 plus watts up here. I also knew that the road surface was about to get much worse, so put more power down while the surface is smooth and I'm going to get complete transmission of my power into the road, if you like, before it gets properly crappy. That cattle grid was the first real obstacle. It's got 2 bars that are elevated, so it's almost like a speed bump, I guess. It was really hard to take well. I've been getting really down recently that every wheel I have constantly breaks, and it's because of shit like this. Like, it just ruins the bearings, it ruins the spokes. I'm yet to find a wheel builder on Wirral that's good. There's a guy that I dropped them off. He's currently had a wheel for 4 weeks to get a new spoke in and just doesn't tell me anything. Every time I text, he's like, oh yeah, I'm just waiting on a spoke. Brilliant, mate. Thanks for keeping me in the loop. Now this view gets better as you go further up this hill, really. For this early section, it's really steep, but you have no perspective. It's one of those steeps that's a little bit disheartening, because with the banks being so high, it could be 5%, you don't know. So that, yeah, feels a bit frustrating at times. And a little bit further up, it opens up much more. Now from about here, I made a point of not looking at my power at all. I think in the past I've fallen into the trap of riding to power a little too much, and every time, the best efforts I do, I don't look at my power particularly. I just ride my bike, I ride the hill, and I keep the power on. Because if I keep looking down and going, oh, you're still doing over 400 watts, I'll be going, well, that's not sustainable for an over 5-minute effort. And I'll sit up and It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think I've talked about this before. Now, I see some other YouTube cyclists who ride to power religiously, and I think it, you know, give a go of not doing that. I really do think it'd be better for most people. This is where it starts opening up a lot, and it's a beautiful bit of road. It's such a lovely day that I'm doing this on. You know, everything would be nice on a day like this, and it's so weird that in this middle section, on the ragged limit of what I could achieve, I thought I'll keep doing that, and I'll just have a moment of appreciation of of my life. I don't know why this is, but in my head, this climb is steepest at the beginning and less steep later on, and as you can see, it's not really true. It's really consistently, there's loads of 15-16%, even in the middle and the latter half, and I'm glad that I went out hard rather than saving something for this, because I wouldn't have put as much power down here as I did at the beginning, and I'd just end up total slower. Also, my Garmin didn't show up the segment, so I had no idea how far there was to go, and in a way that's good, because I somehow on this climb got away with the old lie. It's just around the corner. I kept believing it was just around the corner, and I kept pushing on. I only got away with that because I've not done this climb very often. This is just like a bit beyond the radius where you'd come from Wirral on a club run most of the time. It would have to be a special occasion. And this climb is not a special occasion climb. You know, we'd go out and do the Road to Hell on a big day because it's an event worth doing. But this, you know, 7-minute climb, there's a million of these around here. This is just another. But for me, wanting to explore my area, my wider area, well, it was perfect for what I wanted to do today. You'll have noticed there are a couple of times when the gradient levels off a little bit, as in it gets down to single digits, and I allow myself to drop down maybe even into the 200s, and every time that happens I think about quitting, and then I persuade myself, no, kick again, you've enjoyed your recovery, but don't give up and push through, which is uncharacteristic. Normally the first opportunity to give up I grasp it with both hands. And I've actually only ridden this climb once before, that was earlier this year, and I remember there being a farmhouse towards the top, so I kept thinking, when I can see that farmhouse, it's time to sprint finish. Yeah, Nick Brownbill sprint finishing, good joke. And I never did see that farmhouse, and it turns out my memory was slightly wrong, and that's over the top really. But this final section here, it does open up a little bit, you can see kind of to the end of the road, so in a way it was good that I couldn't see that finish and I just dug on. And there in the main footage, the rear view footage, you can kind of see that it opens up loads behind you as well, back down the valley to Cyfeiliog, which is great. I've maybe made the front view footage a little too big, so you can't tell that too much. And like all great climbs, it's a slight sting in the tail, you know, a nice steep finish. Where it was difficult to get out the saddle because the ground is so rough. Now this 7% section honestly felt flat. It felt like I could get a lot of speed up, and here you go. I ultimately finished the climb in 5th place on the leaderboard with a power average of 380 for the duration, so that's a real good result for me. I reckon maybe 4th place, there's one result on there that looks proper weird, but hey, who am I to doubt it? Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. That was hard. My Garmin's been a bit of a knob recently, and it just doesn't give me segments all the time, so I have that starred. Last time I came up it worked, this time it didn't, so no idea how I've done, but I don't think I could have given any more. Lovely climb, innit?